Okay, probably the easiest thing for people to understand is when they see the visual difference between two types of bodies that are created from two different types of cardio. You can see on the left the type of body a marathon runner has, and then on the right, a sprinter in track and field. And the fuel systems that are used to create the change in the body. Most of the time, I'll get the answer, if I ask, hey, which body type do you prefer? Do you want this long, really slim or skinny, no muscle frame type? Or do you want a more muscular frame type? And most of the time, people are picking the track and field sprinter on the right. Some people like that real thin model, wave thin look. In some cultures, that's really what it's all about. But when it comes to weight loss, we want to keep as much muscle tissue on our body. So when using cardio, we have to do it correctly. We have to do it with the right fuel systems being used, with the right level of intensity, partnered up with the right kind of eating program, and sleep and or rest and recovery. So let's go on to that, and we'll talk a little bit more about the intensity levels and cardio types. So as we understand, well, now if I want to go harder and spend less time doing cardio, I have to really push myself, and so you need to build into that. I haven't seen too many people start out with the track and field mentality of a 100-meter sprinter, a world-class record holder that runs it at about 10 seconds flat, 100 meters. That is an aggressive, very intense pace for 10 seconds worth of work. So let's just say you did 10 sprints that were that aggressive for 10 seconds. And let's see if your conditioning could take you to 15 or 20 seconds. 10 times 10, that's 100 seconds of basic work. But it's so hard to get to that level. But you divide 100 seconds by 60 seconds a minute, so that's less than 2 minutes of total work. So when you see programs out there on the internet say, yeah, you only do 2 minutes of cardio every session, and you do that 2 times a week? Well, understand that you're working at world record holder 100-meter sprint pace intensity level. So if you think that sweating and talking to your friend on a leisure walk is hard enough to create that kind of change and have a body that looks, like you work out, that's what it's going to take. Now, going a step further with that understanding, if your body orthopedically is fit, you can do this version of body weight calisthenic movements. And with the exception of this individual on a jump rope, I'd move him over here. That's more plyometric in nature. Anytime you're moving your body through space, you're going to burn a hell of a lot more cardio or calories than you do when you use machines. Now, orthopedic meaning if your joints, your tendons and ligaments, you're not, recovering from an injury or stress or strain, and you can do these things without a whole lot of pain, great. But if you are just learning how to work out and you are firstly starting out, body weight conditioning, MRT, PT is probably not going to be the first choice. I will get you walking as I suggested in video 1. If you've been doing this, you get green lights, thumbs up, great. But I have to bridle most people's enthusiasm to start out because this may injure them and derail them before they get started. And that also happens to be the case for the person who used to be the collegiate level or the person that's a weekend warrior for years and they work out, but they've gotten hurt or recovering from an injury and they're first getting back into it. You have to start out slow again and then build back up your tolerance. So, questions on how to do this, please reach out. I do this all day long online and with people in my studio. The next step to consider would be the injury and the amount of weight you have to lose. I like cardio only for that. If you are, and when I say cardio on machines only for that, because if you are struggling, let's say you sprain your ankle, and you can't do the plyometrics or the body weight calisthenic type, but you can do a recumbent bike. The bike is the with the pedals out in front of your body and you're sitting on the seat. That particular bike is called a recumbent bike that unloads the weight off of your ankles. You may be able to do that before you can put your full weight on. And then you may transfer to a regular bike, and or then you may transfer to an elliptical, then you may transfer to a treadmill, then you may go back over here as your body heals. But the minute you stop because of an injury and you have to take, a week or 2 or 3 or 4, pretty soon you're derailed completely and you're going to lose momentum and stop. Maybe, maybe not. But if you are that person that's easily discouraged, that's my suggestion. Now, there are some new pieces of equipment out there doing cardio machine type. I like the VersaClimber. I like the rower. I like that moving ladder. I like that big super deluxe treadmill that allows you, because it's super wide, you can pretty much run around in circles on that thing as it moves and do side shuffle work, all that. Sports and athletic teams will have those available. The step mill, because it has a measured distance, much harder to do. All of these, whether you decide to do either version, use your heart rate monitor, take a look at what's going on, understand your exertion scales, understand what's hard, understand that when you have the flashing yellow light indicating that you have and are getting some feedback from the body that you are having a challenge right now, and you may need to change the type, you may need to change the intensity, you may need to change the duration or frequency of the workout so that you can let your body heal properly. Once it's healed, you can get back to it. Throughout my almost 3 decades of training, I've been injured numerous times. You're going to get hurt, you're going to get derailed, but you got to keep this going so you can keep the body going till the end of time. You can work your way around injuries. Please believe me, there's always a workaround. So if you do not know how to do that, reach out. I can help you figure out how to get back in the gym sooner as opposed to later. We're running out of time, all of us, constantly. So, getting yourself into the gym, staying in shape, doing the best you can. This is going to allow you to prepare to get back into the workforce, work and make money for your family, to keep yourself accustomed to living the lifestyle that you're living and pay the bills. That's what it's about. I mean, side benefit is you're going to look kind of cute poolside in a bikini, or, fellas, you're going to be that guy looking around, walking around looking all buff. So I hope, you heard some things in there that may clear up any challenges that you have. If you have questions, definitely reach out. Okay?